Hello guys, this is Krishna. Welcome to session 8, which is on welding. In this session we will be covering introduction and types of welding process. Okay, while watching this session, at any point of time you feel like this session is informative and helpful for you, please do like and subscribe. Let's get into the session. Welding. If you want to join two structural elements, so you could be done either by bolting or riveting or welding. Riveting will not be used in steel construction. It will be used in railway bridges. Why we will not use rivet is because of this tightening process. It will take more time and it is very tough. But in steel buildings where there are high category aisc steel which may demand the condition of performing rivet connection, will provide. So what is exactly welding process? Before getting into know about the welding process, we'll look into some terminologies which will help us to understand the welding process better. Okay. First, base metals. Base metals means you want to perform welding to connect a plate to a beam. At that condition, the plate and beam we call it as base metals. Okay. The pieces which are going to join together by means of welding, those pieces we call it as base metals. Weld electrode. The electrode with which you are going to perform welding to form a welded joint, that we call it as weld electrode. See, these two are the base metals and you want to provide welding at this portion, let's say. So usually every metal will be a combination of protons, electrons and neutrons. When you provide an electrode, it will pull out all the electrons in these two base metals. Okay. And in that process, it will form more amount of heat which can melt the base metals and electrode as well. So like that, there is an ignition, there is a arc of weld from which that electrode and base metals will start melting. So after melting, it will form a molten pool. That molten pool consists of melted base metals and melted electrode as well. These melted base metal and melted electrodes will be mixed up and will get hardened. The process of mixing that molten base metal and molten electrode, we call that process as fusion. Okay. Now what is welding? Joining two or more base metals by forming a molten weld metal and then fusion. There is one more process similar to welding. We call it as soldering. In this soldering, what will happen is you will melt the electrode with the help of some external heat, and this electrode will stick to the base metals to form a joint. That is soldering. In soldering, base metals will not be melted. Only electrode will be melted. But in welding, electrode and base metals all will be melted. Now, types of welding process. Shield metal arc welding, submerged arc welding, gas metal arc welding, flux cored arc welding, stud welding and resistance welding. Actually, there are n number of types per American Welding Society AWS standards. But out of these all, we'll use only these 6 types in our steel construction industry. First, we'll go with shield metal arc welding. When you place the electrode on a welded joint, it will form the electric arc which melts the base metal and electrode as well. Thus, molten weld metal will be formed. This covering of the electrode will be mixed up with the molten weld metal and it will pull out all the impurities. Also, when this electrode wire is melting into this molten weld metal, it will form some gases. That gases will act as shield around the welded joint. so that impurities from the atmosphere will not come into the molten weld metal. Okay, there are two conditions. Impurities from the atmosphere should not come into the molten weld metal, and these impurities which are already in the molten weld metal, that should be removed. This weld electrode covering will remove all the impurities and it will form a layer of slag over the welded joint. After completion of welding, this slag will be chipped off. So that is how shield metal arc welding will be performed. But at site there are high speed winds. These gases will not able to resist the impurities due to that external wind pressure. At that condition, shield metal arc welding will not be that much accurate. Next, gas metal arc welding. In this gas metal arc welding, electrode vial will be placed at the welded joint and it will form electric arc. That electric arc will melt the base metal and electrode as well, forming a molten weld metal. We will supply some external gases with some high pressure, so that even if there is external wind pressure, these gases will not be deviated and resisting the atmosphere from mixing up into the molten weld metal. So that is how gas metal arc welding will works. Next, submerged arc welding. In this submerged arc welding, before doing welding, we'll cover the complete welded joint with a flux. Okay, using one tube, flux will be poured along the welded joint. After that, into that flux, we will insert a electrode wire. Okay, this flux is in granular form, and when electrode wire touches the base metal, it will melt the base metal and electrode as well, which is forming a molten weld metal. Later, this molten weld metal will be solidified. So by that time, this flux will mix up with the weld metal and it will form a slag on the welded joint, and this slag will be chipped off after completing the welding. Okay, when this welded joint is completely covered with the granular flux, so there is no chance of entering of impurities from the atmosphere into the molten weld metal. So submerged arc welding is highly efficient, but to perform this process clearly, it cannot be done in site. It can be done in fabrication shop only. Flux cored arc welding. In this flux cored arc welding, electrode is a hollow tubular wire. In that hollow tubular wire, at the center, there will be flux. That hollow portion at the center will be completely filled with flux. Okay. When this electrode touches the base metal, it will form a welding arc and it will melt the base metal and electrode as well. Then molten weld metal will be formed. And this flux, which is at center of the electrode, will mix up with the weld metal and it will remove all the impurities, forming a slag over the welded joint. That is how flux cored arc welding works. Next, stud welding. Stud welding can be performed using a stud gun. At this condition, what will happen is, if this is the welding surface and if this is the stud, some length of the stud and some portion of the surface will be melted, forming a molten weld metal, and then this stud will be pressed down so that this molten metal will be spreaded all around this stud, forming a joint. Now, while performing this stud welding, to avoid the draining out of this molten metal from the welded joint, we will provide ceramic collars. These white colors are the ceramic collars. So this molten metal will be completely filled into these ceramic collars and it will not project outside. So after performing the stud welding, these ceramic collars will be chipped off like this. This stud welding can be done in shop and field also. And next, resistance welding. We call the same as spot welding also. This is the condition where we will use to connect deck to the top of steel. Okay, like this. At some spots, this resistance welding will be performed with some equal spacings. In this resistance welding, you will place electrode on the deck and which will form electric arc, and then you will press the deck with the electrode so that this molten metal will be hardened, forming a rigid joint. So that is how resistance welding will works. We will also call it as puddle welding. So that's all for now guys. In our next session, we'll discuss about different types of welding positions.